Okay, well, we came down a old mining road. We had to park across a creek and hike in about 1 kilometer, and there's some old, I can't tell if it's a building or a platform down behind us here. Maybe a loading dock kind of thing. I see some more cart tracks and stuff in there, and pounding around we have what we believe is the highest level of the spider mine. So we're going to gear up, go in and have a look around. Okay, so we squeezed our way through the gate, and off to our right here looks like we have a workshop area where they did some repairs and for tooling and whatever, and off to the right apparently there's some sort of little pocket here, but it doesn't, yeah, it just kind of, it does go up and around a little bit, but we think there might be other levels and stopes and stuff here, so I'm not going to try to fit through there. But panning around here, we'll climb over this, take a little look at the workshop through the little window. And yeah, not much left in the workshop. So we'll make our way over this debris pile and pick it up on the other side. Okay, so we made our way over the debris pile, and just to our right here there's just a little room, kind of cubby or whatever. It just opens up and looks like they were storing timbers and stuff in here, and some nice big timbers in there. A couple old ore cart tracks and some piping and hoses, air lines, water lines, and the tunnel continues this way with some nice timbering. And apparently there's a little bulkhead up here, so we'll up ahead a little bit and have a look, get past this section here. Yeah, it looks like there's a bulkhead here with, it used to have a door on it, breeze control or airflow. So we'll apparently there's a little collapse up there, so we're going to try to get past that and we'll film on the other side once we get over. Okay, well, here's what we made our way past. Looking back, there's the first collapse we crossed through, and this little second one was nothing major. And then panning around to look down the tunnel. The tunnel opens up pretty nicely here. I'm walking on the ore cart tracks just to, and I don't know exactly what they were using that support for, but it's not doing much anymore. And the main tunnel continues this way with what looks like airline or something in the middle. It's a newer piece of hose. Another minor collapse here where a little cavity gave way. And yeah, the main tunnel continues this way. So this mine is just outside of, it's in between Camborne and Beaton, BC, near Trout Lake. So we'll follow this for a while and see what we end up at. Okay, so looking back, that's where we were coming from. You can see the entrance, the daylight from the entrance just up in the top left there, over top of the collapses. And panning around here, we have what we think looks like the Dynamite storage shed, or locker, I guess, or whatever, with a box outside that was probably holding dynamite, but there's nothing left in there now. It's empty. But that's what we believe that was. Just some pieces of pipe and stuff left on the ground, but there's a piece of tin or something in there. Oh yeah, there's a dynamite storage, part of a dynamite storage box. Or a fight, looks like, or can't really see it. Let's see if other pieces say anything. Class 3 division, BCT 14. That one's too badly broken. Anyway, kind of cool. So we'll make our way back out here. And that's looking down the main tunnel again, so we'll make our way a little further along here and see what we find at the spider mine. Okay, that's where we were coming from. And panning around here, you can see a bit of a quartz vein in the wall. But panning around here, there was a bit of a bulkhead here, something too. Blast door or something. And an old drill rod. And it looks like the tunnel goes to the left up ahead, but they are looking up, so maybe there's a room or something, so let's go check it out. Okay, we just made it past that collapsed door there, and panning around, there's a nice old ladder here, pretty good shape. A little on the crooked side now, because it's been leaning for probably 50 years, and a bunch of support timbers, and an ore cart on its side. Looks like the base is missing, out of commission, and there's just a kind of a storage room here. Maybe they were working on the ore carts in here or something. I'm not going to walk out there because it's a wooden floor and you can see there's a lot of water underneath it, and I don't feel like getting wet. And yeah, so we'll have a look at this ore cart. Pretty corroded. And there's, oh yeah, I didn't see that looking around. There's a junction where the ore cart, where they would have taken them off in a year, so probably that was where they worked on them. And yeah, the main tunnel continues down and around and straight ahead this way. So let's go deeper into the spider mine and see what we can find. Okay, that's where we just came from, where the ladder was and the ore cart. And panning around here, you can see hanging from the ceiling, it looks like there's some explosive charges that were left here. Blasting caps or whatever, I think. Can't tell, they may be shoelaces, but it looks like blasting cord to me, but hard to tell. And then we have a bunch of cribbing, or at least supports. I don't know if you'd call it cribbing or not, but you can see the support timbers are starting to bow. So we're not going to spend, this is fairly new stuff. Lots of support in this area. Apparently the roof looks really bad and there's a ton of support above us. But you can see the beams are starting to give. And apparently to my left here, there's an offshoot that goes this way, or a drift, and an ore chute there. But apparently underneath here we have a winze or something. It's a false floor. So we're going to keep going this way. And there's a bunch of piping over here. It's just kind of a big open room. Does it go around to the right?
Both ways, yeah.
It does go both ways, okay.
We're going to come back up and go that way though.
So we're going to go left first?
No, we're going to go right.
Okay.
Might want to hang in for a second so we do.
Okay.
I'm going to get my gloves on.
Okay, so we're going to make our way around this big collapsed area and see what's on the other side. Okay, so that's where we just came from, and it does go to the right here, so we're going to go check that out after. And then right to my right here, there's a winze, where you can see where the skidder would have come up, and I'll show you looking down. You can see it goes down quite a ways. We're not going to try to go down there, the ladders are totally rotten. And then I was told up to the right here, there's a ladder going up. Wow, cool. There's ladders going up into the upper workings, which actually they feel pretty solid. We might give those a go later on the way back out. And beside the ladder is an ore chute, which I'm going to make my way past. It's completely blocked with debris. But then the tunnel continues around this way. And There's a big room or something here, so we'll go check it out. Okay, so we were coming from that way, and there's a big ore chute here and another skidder where a skidder was coming down, and there's an ore pass here that there's a bunch of debris on, and there's a really nice dynamite box here. 50 pounds foresight, oops, sorry, perforated shells. And but what I passed over, I don't know if you can see down there or not. Well, let's get a bit more light in. It was all false, and it goes way the heck down there. I don't even see the bottom. And continuing this way, it appears that everything is okay, and it continues this way. So we're going to make a decision which way to get past here. Okay, so you can see where we made our way from. Panning around here with all the support timbers on that, there is a large ore chute, which I believe says 10 on it. I think it says 10. But past that, there is a really deep winze that goes way down, and you can see stalls and all kinds of stuff down there. I am not screwing with that. And just past this, that looks like an air thing for rerouting air. And just past this, you can see there is a huge cavity with beams across it. That went down a long way. We chucked a rock all the way over there. The tunnel did continue past, but there's like a 10 or 15 foot gap in those boards, and there's no way that we're going to go over or around them. So we will make our way back out, and this obviously went up as well, I guess. Oh yeah, because there's where the skidder would have come down right there, it looks like. Hard to tell though. There is an ore chute right here, so with a retaining wall up above. I don't know. Might have been like a trap door or something. I don't know. There is a platform there though for sure. So I don't know. Maybe they were just dropping the ore in this section and then shoveling it down, or I don't know. It's hard to tell. There is a skidder thing here, but I can't see. It just ends there. So maybe that was a door or something, and that used to open and close. Hard to tell. Anyway, we're going to make our way out of here and check out one of the other drifts. It's looking back where we came from. That's where we're going to head. Okay, so that's where we came from, and I was making my way past this area again, and this is where that little window was that I showed you the first time. And here's a bigger view. You can see down there. There's tons of stalls, and it just goes and goes. I can see them way down there. I don't know how good you can see it in the video, but man, does it ever go. It's really cool. I'm gonna make my way back across this and make my way out of here. It's kind of sketchy. Okay, so we're coming back on our way out of that drift with all of the false floor and everything, and this is back at that winze or raise, I guess, sorry. And that's looking up, and if you just go to the right here, you can look up where the skidder used to come down and see. Sorry about that, I'm stepping on a bunch of timbers. You can see just how far it went up there.
Yeah, I think it looks okay.
It was way up. Anyway, we're not going to try to make our way up there. The ladder was falling off when we tried to climb up, so we're going to make our way back out and explore that other branch.
Behind here?
That's where we just came from across, and just that's where that winze was right there. You can see the ladder, top of the ladder right there. And right here was one of the skid cars. It's not in terrific shape, but it's one of the old skid cars. And behind me there's a shovel. And over here, this looks like a piece of what the skid car would have rode up and down on. And panning around to the right, this is the drift that we're headed down at the spider mine. Okay, so that's the way we just came from, where all those false floors were. And you can see back across there. And you can see the ore chutes just on the other side. And just quickly panning around, look at the quartz in the wall here. It's just full of it. And this was the drift that we were headed down, but we've run into the same sort of issue. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 ore chutes in a span of 30 feet, 40 feet. Each one of them had a tag on it with the number, but I don't see it on that one. And just underneath it here is a very vertical winze that I'm going to try not to get too close to. And you can actually see like false flooring and stuff in there and stalls. And it goes down and down and down. And we don't want to try to climb across the ore cart track to get to the other side of this. I don't know how solid all these boards are, and that one is just touching the other side. If that gave way, you're at the bottom of that stope, so I don't want to try that. I have a feeling, yeah, it does just dead end there. I can see the end of the drift. If you look, oops, sorry. If you look where that bar is, I think there's a little ladder there. That's the end of the drift. I can see it leaning up against the face of the mine. And there's kind of a cool little natural spring that's developed itself out of this pipe. So, we're going to make our way back out this way and see what else we can find in the spider mine. Okay, so we just came from there. You can see where all the hoses are bundled up on the floor there. And right beside that, where that log is, or those timbers are, that's all false floor. You can actually see the crack in it there. So we hugged this along here, and came through here, and made our way here. And there's another ore chute with another false floor, which we were debating passing. It is very deep as well, but then when you pan ahead, the drift ends right there. So no need to go any further. You can see the ore chute. And yeah, so we're going to go see what else we can find in the spider mine, which is apparently full of false floors, so there has to be some workings below us. So we'll go see what we can find. Okay, still at the spider mine. This was, we just hiked down this little road here. The adit that we came from was just on top of the hill here. And behind me you can see the remains of the ore bin for the spider mine. Pieces of ore cart track laying around. Pieces of steel and iron. Take a quick walk around and have a little look at the other side. You can see where the ore would have slid down. All in disrepair now. Would have been quite the sight to see. We are going to try to make our way down this road and see if there's anything down there. It's supposed to be 3 adits here, but we're having trouble finding the other 2, but we are going to keep looking. Anyway, that's the ore bin, or what's left of it, at the spider mine.